Hello and welcome back to Johnson Branch Farm. My name is Rachel and today I am working in the kitchen. I am prepping ahead just a couple of things for the week. I am getting our week's worth of bread made today since it is Monday, and tomorrow we have our homeschool co-op day, so the kids always love having sandwiches and it's super easy in the morning. So I am making our bread. It is on its second rise. I also have some broth that has been simmering all day. I really want to get into the rhythm on Mondays especially of making homemade broth. I'm following the Nourishing Tradition cookbook. I'll link them down below. I'm following their recipe. I'm using it more as a guide. I have some squash, some celery, a whole chicken. I have a little bit of apple cider vinegar, some salt, some pepper, some garlic, lots of garlic, and some celery, and then hopefully I'll be able to add some parsley here at the end. Haven't been able to go down to the garden because it's been raining all day, so may not get parsley in there today, but I'm hoping so because it just adds so much more nutrition to this already nutritious broth. I'm also working on pureeing one of our pumpkins from the garden. I'm gonna make some pumpkin muffins for the kids tomorrow for breakfast. And I am making a butternut squash soup. My aunt brought me a beautiful butternut squash, so we're turning that into soup since it's just a rainy, kind of dreary, soon to be fall day, and fall is definitely right around the corner here. I'm gonna add some of that chicken broth that I've had simmering on the stove all day to this soup with some milk and some seasonings. I think that with a slice of warm, homemade, fresh bread is going to be exactly what we need. We've actually eaten out quite a bit the last few days over this past weekend, and our tummies are definitely feeling it. So I think soup with delicious chicken broth is right on time. So I'm gonna take you along with that. I'm not really following a butternut squash soup recipe. I'm kind of more of a taste as I go, add a little bit of this until I like it kind of cook. Recipes for me are just more like a guideline unless I'm doing something like canning. Then I follow the recipe to the T because I want to make sure, you know, the acid levels and everything are just so. But when I'm cooking things, especially like soup, there's so much freedom that you can take with it. Don't be afraid to experiment and try new things. I'm pretty fortunate that my family is nicely honest when it comes to some of the things I've cooked. They're really good about letting me know if they like something or don't like something. But so let's go ahead and get started here in this kitchen. The list is going to be bread. So I'm going to get that going for the week. This recipe my aunt gave me, and it is a secret family recipe that I promised I wouldn't share. So I'm going to get bread going. I have roasted the pumpkin pie, pie pumpkin, and my butternut squash. I did 400 for about 40 minutes. No, it's hot, don't touch. So what you're gonna do now that it's done and it's really soft is you're just going to scoop it out of the skin and then blend it up. That's literally it. If it's a little too thick, just add a little bit of water at a time till you get the desired consistency. And then that will give you your pumpkin puree, which you can use for pie fillings, or in our case, I think I'm just gonna make some muffins for tomorrow for the kids' breakfast. That's really all there is to it. For the butternut squash, I'm going to do the exact same thing, and that will be my base for the soup. Here's the pumpkin pie puree, if you can see it. It's good consistency. Alright, so far I did about a half a cup of chicken broth, or chicken stock that I made this today. I'm doing half a cup of milk, which will make it a little creamy. And I think that will bring it up to a good consistency. I don't want it too thick, but I certainly don't want it too thin.
Also, factory checking on the
Yeah, that's good. Probably about half a teaspoon. Pinch of pepper. More like 2 pinches of pepper. Butternut squash soup could go savory or sweet. Alright, I'm gonna add some sage, I've decided. About a teaspoon. Some onion powder. And a teaspoon of garlic powder. And a little pinch of cinnamon. And a little bit of nutmeg. That'll give it that good fall flavor. I'm going to add a little bit of maple syrup to this as well. That's perfect. Now I am checking on my stock and it's looking really good. It smells awesome. And the chicken is just falling apart, which is what you want, so this is going to be good. Once we're done and I pick the chicken clean, I'll go ahead and turn this into bone broth as well. Okay, we have 2 half gallons, so a total of a gallon jars here with even a quart left over that I think I'm just gonna sip on tonight of chicken stock. So that is a lot, and that will last us probably way more than a week. It will be fine in the refrigerator. You can already see the fat starting to separate, and that will create a cap which will seal it and will keep it preserved. And I have heard it can last up to 6 months in the refrigerator. I've never tried it, and I'm probably never going to try it because we're going to use this up here pretty quick. But overall, I'm pretty happy with how this turned out, and this will definitely be something we do hopefully on a weekly basis. I'd like to switch it up with chicken and beef every week. I still have all of the vegetables. I'm going to throw those in a Tupperware into the fridge and see if I can incorporate these into a meal later on this week. And then I think just for the sake of time and making things easy on myself, I'm just going to do a pumpkin spice oatmeal in the morning. So I'm going to let the oatmeal soak overnight. And then here is the chicken with the bone still in it. So once this cools off, I'll pick it off the bone. And I think for sake of time tonight, I'm just going to separate everything into different containers. I'll put the bones in one. And actually, I think what I'm going to do is tonight I'll throw the bones in the Instant Pot and turn that into bone broth. And then I'll put the rest of the chicken in the refrigerator to use throughout the week, whether that's for stir fry or chicken salad, just however the week seems to shake out for us. Okay, here are the bones from the chicken with about 2.5 cups of water, half a tablespoon of salt, and about a tablespoon of apple cider vinegar. And I am just going to let this cook on low all night. I'll let it switch over to warm, and when I get home from co-op tomorrow, I will strain it out for bone broth. Okay, that is enough for me tonight. I'm about to pull the bread out of the oven, and we are going to get ready for our co-op day tomorrow and make some lunches and finish getting this kitchen all cleaned up. So thank you for watching. I hope you found it inspiring and found some things that you can take away with you to help maybe make your time in the kitchen a little bit easier. In the meantime, may the Lord bless and keep you until we meet again.